You are live. I think I'm live now. Hey, hi. This is Lisa. Welcome to my channel. That was a little bit strange, but hey, I think I got it going. Leave a comment if you can see me, please. We gotta get this working. So let's talk about Breyerfest. Um, Breyerfest is my favorite thing. I find it just so much fun to go to because I get to see all the people that enjoy model horses. And it is coming up on July 12th to 14th, and I will be there in person. Anybody else here that is going? Let's leave a comment. I just want to make sure that I have everybody here. Just want to make sure it's all working. Let me move that other one. Oh, two waiting. I'm in the wrong one here. Hey, Karen, it's good to see you. I think I've got people in the wrong one. I messed this up, but I am going to get this going and we will get started shortly. 3 waiting in the other one. Okay, I think I've got this working. Okay, so let's talk Breyerfest. So I've been to Breyerfest probably about 12 to 15 times, and each time is very different. My husband's crawling along the floor and you can see him. I can just walk by. He's funny. So first thing, let's say about getting there. When you go there, you can stay in Lexington, or for me, I like to stay in Georgetown because it's an easier drive to get there, to get to the horse park. And I find it less expensive. So I find the hotels in Georgetown, especially around Darby Lane, works great for me. So when you do that, you should book your hotel well in advance. And the Clarion, where everything is happening, sells out right away. And you're pretty much on a waiting list if you haven't booked. So if you're interested in staying at the Clarion, you have to make sure you do that right after the very first, right after Breyerfest ends, and get your name in there. So if you have any questions, let me know. And otherwise, I'm just going to get started. When you get there, the first thing you have to know is it is hot, and usually it rains, at least at one point. Last year it rained quite heavy, and other times it is poured. Sometimes it's really super hot for the entire thing. And I would recommend taking one of those little fans with the battery operated sprays in them. You can get those at Walmart for about $3, and they are wonderful to have. If you're a club member, you can have water there free at the tent. If not, make sure you bring enough water. There is food courts at the back with a beer tent, and they have food trucks. That is really improved over the other years. So that's good. Thank you for letting me know. I had a hard time getting this started, but it was my computer. I rebooted and it's working fine. And again, if you have any questions, just leave them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to chat along. So when you're there, make sure you have good shoes, either good sandals or good running shoes. You are going to walk a lot. If you go to the Altec Center, which is at the back, that is where the model horse shows are and the evening show is. You can get a shuttle bus there, but a lot of people just walk. But it is a lot of walking. And I know you can rent a wheelchair from Breyer, but you have to get them there yourself. They won't bring them to the park, so you have to make sure your car can get them there. And there is really no easy way to get to the park. I believe there's a few shuttles. Yeah, I bet. In the UK, I'm coming from Ecuador, so it is quite expensive. And I think the deal is with my husband, I have to sell some models so I could go. And there was somebody there last year from the UK, and she actually won a raffle model. So I'm sure that was really worth the flight. You should have it once, just to go check it out. It is really fun. There's so many people there. And I mean, the best thing you can do is sell stuff so you can afford to go. That's what I have to do. So when you get there, and I mean, a lot of people arrive Wednesday or Thursday, and the show, Breyerfest actually starts officially on Friday, but they have a resin show and the China show at the Clarion on Thursday. And I believe this year is also NAN, the North American Nationals. And for the first time, they are also holding that at the Clarion, since the Clarion has been redone. And I'm sure those beautiful new carpets are still there too. If you were there last year, you know what I'm talking about. You can get dizzy from looking at those carpets. So when you get there, especially on Wednesday, you can check out the Clarion. And the Clarion is like a big flea market with everybody selling out of their rooms and just wandering around and talking to everybody. It's so much fun. And bring a lot of cash and your PayPal. People will take PayPal or they'll take cash. Some people take credit cards, but generally it's cash. And you can find all sorts of models, tack, all sorts of fun things. You wouldn't believe what you find and what you come out with. That is my favorite part of the show. And in the evenings on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you will be also able to go to the Artisan Gallery and the Swap Meet. The swap meet is literally a flea market with all sorts of people selling models, and you have to generally line up for that. And I believe that starts at 7 o'clock at night. And the Artisan Gallery have all the resin artists and all sorts of interesting stuff. And Breyer also has a setup there where you can see the recent models and the winners of the competitions. So that's always fun to check out as well. I'm not sure the schedule of NAN, but if you're there early, you may want to have a look at that as well. That is all the top models competing for those big purple ribbons. So once you get there, and for Friday, the fun thing is, for some people, the Ninja Pit of Death. Or in other words, getting into the stores before everything is sold out. And you can get limited runs. There's some warehouse finds. And they do restock that during the day. And I mean, I've spoken to people at Breyer themselves, and they say that there is stuff that comes in the stores regularly. But when you first get there, before everything opens, you need to get a number. The lineup is on the left side of the parking lot, and they will give you a number. And there's 2 stores to get a number for. One is the back tent, and one is the one in the main arena. So you have to pick out which one you want to go to, and then you'll be lined up based on your number. And people are very adamant about their numbers. So if you're into getting into the Breyer store and looking through there, and it's not called Ninja Pit of Death for no reason, you can check that out. But on Friday also, you have the Open Model Horse Show, and I will be judging this year. And that is really fun. If you're not showing yourself, you should go check it out. There is very first thing in the morning, there will be the collector's class. And this year I'm going to try to go live with those. And so you can see what is going on. So that should be kind of fun. But you can see all the people's work. Just make sure you don't get in the way of the judges. You can go around and talk to people. The judges themselves are not supposed to be chatting with everybody, but all the people that are showing, and it is a really large area and a lot of people showing. And that's worth checking out. And on Saturday, the same thing is for the children's and youth shows. And if you're interested, the shows haven't opened yet. So if you want to show and you've never shown, going to the open show, there is a novice division and best performance. And there's a few classes in that. And that is fun because you have to use tack you have made yourself or that comes from Breyer. And I have tutorials for making tack, so you can check that out. And the judges are allowed to actually give you comments. You can ask the judge and novice what they think. And same with the amateur class. You can show your amateur customs. And so you're not competing against all the top people. And that's a lot of fun to check that out. So if you're interested in showing, anybody here that will be showing, let me know. And let me see what else we got here. On with the stores, there is your special run, which used to be called the tent. And now all you have to do is take your cell phone in with your new ticket and your wallet, and they will scan it and they will give you your model. There's no big lineups. You just saunter in through anytime you want and you pick it up. There's no longer the timings where you have to line up and pick a number. You will pick your models online and you won't have to worry about what you're getting. And once you have your models, a lot of people like to sit on the hill next to the main arena and trade them for other models. So that's always a thought. If you didn't get the one you want, or you want to see what's going on, you can always do that and just sit around and chat with a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing. And that's kind of a fun way to trade. And you can also trade your models or buy ones you didn't get in the Clarion Hotel. And also on Sunday afternoon, they open up the tent, so any leftovers are available for sale. You just walk up and say, hey, I want that one, and you can buy it directly. The other two stores sell the limited runs, and they can be lineups there most of the time, and they do sell out. So if you want the limited editions, make sure you do get in there early. You don't have to line up to get those generally, but like you line up first thing in the morning, but you should get there early enough or they will sell out. And there's a tent store and the one in the main arena. And no, you can't take any bags or anything you've bought in there. So you have to take that and check them. There is usually places to check your bags, or you can just take the stuff back to your car. That's your choice. So if you have any questions, let me know. And one of the things too, the event model, that is usually on the ramp to the arena, and you can just go by at any time that it's open and check that out. And on Sunday, there is a 5K run or walk. And if you want to get a medal and a t-shirt, that is a lot of fun. And I have done it every time they've had it. I think that's one of the running shirts I have here for the 5K. And you can do training. And if you're interested in that, let me know, because I've been a runner and triathlete for years, and it is so much fun. And a lot of people just walk it. It's only 5K. It's first thing in the morning, so it's not too hot. So you give that a try. That's a lot of fun. Another thing they have is stablemate painting, and you can sit there under a tent so you can stay cool. And if you're waiting for something like a raffles or anything, you can just sit there and paint. And speaking of raffles, you can buy tickets before the raffles. The raffles are on Saturday at the end of the day and Sunday at the end of the day, and you have to be there to win. And when you buy tickets, you will have to put your name and I believe where you live on them, and then place them in the big bin. So if you buy $20 worth of tickets, you can put $10 in the Saturday draw and $10 in the Sunday draw. That is up to you, but you do have to be in the main arena when they're calling out the winners to win that. When you have your models, another thing you could do is get them signed, and they have different timings for different of the event models, and you can take your horse up and the owners will sign them, and that is a lot of fun, especially for the younger people. And you're going to try that out, because that's a good thing to get, so you can actually see the horse, pat the horse, and get a signature at the same time. Okay. So what else is there? Workshops. If you haven't ever signed up for the workshops, they are very, very good. We have top people doing tutorials. You get a model and they walk you through it. Nature sketches. I'm a novice model horse collector. Where is the Breyerfest going to be held? Breyerfest is always in Lexington, Kentucky in July, usually around the 12th, the same time now as it is every year. Always in the same location at the Kentucky Horse Park. And it's definitely a mecca for model horse people to go check out. I think tickets are already on sale. You can get a general ticket, which gets you the event model, plus a chance to pick 2 other models, your special runs. It's a lot of fun. And if you've never been, it is a must at least once in your life. And on Friday and Saturday night, there's a celebration show, and it's in the jumping arena, the Alltech arena, the same place as the model shows. And it's usually a dark event where the lights and really professionally done, often a lot of free horses or trick horses. And that's in the evening. And if you want to watch the real horses during the day, they have all sorts in the main arena of horses coming in and doing tricks, showing various breeds. And you can just wander in there, watch the horses. There's people selling stuff. It is so much to do. You wander around. And there's real horses. You can check out the retired race horses. And where the retired race horses is where the, I think it's on Saturday now, it used to be Friday, the sales or auctions of the live one-of-a-kinds. And that is fun to watch. It's a little out of my price range, but it is a lot of fun to be there just to watch the bidding and people buying these absolutely beautiful models that are done for charity. Lots of fun. So what else have I got here? Again, with food and drink, you really should plan what you are going to do there. And last year, they did a much better job than they used to of food. They had food trucks at the back, a beer tent, and the food was actually very good. So it is a lot easier now to buy food at the park, and it is not too overpriced. So they did a really good job of the food last year, and hopefully it's the same. They also had music, bands playing back, and that is back past where the dogs are doing the jumping into the water competition, whatever they do, where they have to chase something and grab it out of the water. And they have a section for children where they can basically run around and jump over. They have courses for children, like jumper jumps, where the kids run and jump over the jumps. And they wouldn't let me do it. Not fair. So that's fun. If you would like to go check out all the stuff back there, they have different events and people showing off various products. Again, fun to see. But the thing you have to do for me is the Clarion Hotel. And every night, again, later on in the afternoons is when most people get there. During the day, there's always somebody with their doors open. And you really need to go around. And I have gone in the same place over and over again. You get lost there and it's worth it. Okay, do you have any tips for transporting your models long distance? Yes, I have flown to Dunan with everything. Pony pouches. You should make your own or buy some pony pouches. Pack them well tight so they're not rattling around. And if you're in a car, what I did is gone to like a building depot and bought a big plastic container, the kind that stack. And they're about the same height as the models plus a little bit. And I put each model in a pony pouch, and then I just put them side by side so that they're not wiggling around too much.
You got one of those plastic bins?
No, it's okay. And just make sure they're properly, so they can't wiggle around too much and they're well padded. Remember, Breyers are toys. They are made to take some abuse. So you don't have to really look too hard to worry about them. But I mean, if you're worried, you can always wrap their ears with toilet paper. But really, it's not that hard to transport them. I just put them all in their own boxes, stack them, throw them in the car, and off I go. And if I'm flying, I do the same thing. Pony pouches in a large suitcase. Prefer a hard case suitcase for those. And if you're doing performance, you're going to need a box to carry your performance stuff. And if you are going to do performance, make sure you have everything prepared ahead of time so you know exactly what's going on where. And that's why I like to use Velcro on my saddles and stuff if I'm actually showing. So I just plunk a saddle on, Velcro it, and I can quickly do the next one. I know it's cheating, but hey, it's just so much easier than trying to tack up some things if you have a whole pile, because the show moves quickly. And if you are showing, you have to keep your eye on which classes are up, because they won't stop for you. If they close a class, they're not going to allow you in. That's the same with any show. But yeah, transporting your models long distance, just make sure they don't rattle around and they're well protected. Bubble wrap also works. So, and once you've got them there, you want to take them all out and make sure you have your cards. If you have any documentation, put them next to the models. Have your tack next to the models and be organized. Have your sheets printed out so you know which. I'll print out my show sheet, and next to each class, I'll write, if I have a model, of which name it is. So I go, okay, this class 1, George is going. Class 2, Tommy is in. And that way, when the class goes, I'm totally organized when I get there, so I can run around and talk to people and have fun. But any other questions? Let's see, what else have I got to say? Who has been to Breyerfest here? Anybody? Because you can do it both online, which I have done a couple times, and you can do it in person. And the online gives you access to a lot of interesting things. They show you various places with real horses. They talk about a lot of the Breyers at the warehouse, and you can take workshops. And there's already a lot of workshops on the Breyer site if you look for them under the club section. That's the one where I did the saddle for. There's a lot of fun. If you want to enter your models into a show, yes, you have to sign up for the show, and you have to sign up as soon as it opens. The live show sells out very quickly, and the youth show sells out pretty quick too. So when it opens, which should be very shortly, you will see, I'm not sure the exact fee. It's, I don't know, $50, $60, although the prices are going up for everything. So I'm not sure what it will be this year. But yes, you have to plan well in advance and get your tickets ahead of time. And it's not something you can think about. Once they open it, you got to be ready to buy your tickets. You have to have your regular ticket purchased before you can enter the shows. And it's there's also, if you don't want to enter those, there's also the diorama contests and the painting contests that you can enter. Again, that depends on where you live. It's open, I believe, for most of the U.S. states, most of Canada, and some of the UK as well, depending on which competition you're in. So this year I did the diorama contest. I have spent days and days working on that, and I've already sent mine in. So I will be doing a little video on that and how I did it. And I also did my model painting for February, and I will do a little blurb on that as well, because that was a lot of fun. And I haven't painted oils for a long time, and it was really fun to get back into. Now, as I said, I am a judge at the open show this year, and really look forward to that. I just love to see people's models, and they have so much fun showing. And the prizes, if you do win, are amazing. And there's a whole division on stablemates, and it's just OF stablemates. So honestly, anybody can win. You take a stablemate or your OF models, just make sure they're in good condition. And most OFs aren't perfect, but every now and then you get really lucky and find that perfect model. And if you're lucky, that can win you a champion. And the champion models are amazing. It's always great fun to have. So going to the shows, if first you want to try just the OF and the novice division in the open, and then you can, the open performance is very, very competitive, and it's amazing to have a look at, even if you're not showing, just to drop by to see what people do there. To be held. So is there any other questions? I'm not sure what else I want to talk about here. So if there is right now, I am going to open it to any other questions that you may have. Let me know. Not just Breyerfest too. If you want to ask me any other questions or make any comments about upcoming videos you'd like me to make, please leave it in the comments, because I do requests. The The Arabian costume was a request, so was the face mask. And I am currently upcoming working on a marathon cart, a working saddle set for reining and ranch riding stuff. That should be coming very soon. And I am working on a doll for eventing. That will also be coming soon. So if there's any more questions, if not, I am going to be signing off soon. Let me know. I've enjoyed talking to you, and if you would like me to do more of these live, that would be a fun way to do these. It's a lot of fun talking to you. Okay, what is the best way to fix a broken tail on a model horse? What you need, if it's a clean break, is pure acetone, and you can get that in places where you get nails, supplies to do nails. And you very carefully paint. Now, this is an OF. If you do not want to drill the tail, you can drill the tail and put a little piece of wire on both pieces. You drill the tail and drill the bum where it connects, put the wire in, and then the acetone, lightly apply it to both sides and push it together, and you would never know that there was a break there. Does that answer your question? Acetone is actually what they use to smooth out this kind of plastic and to join it. And it is fabulous stuff to work with. It melts plastic, so you have to be very careful how to use it. It actually melts the two pieces together, so you can't even tell. Of course, if you use too much, you've melted too much of it. But yeah, 100% acetone, wonderful stuff for fixing models. Better than glue. Now, I'm not sure how well it works on a stablemate because it's not enough. Stablemates, you probably have to use super glue. But for something like a tail, you can fix it with acetone, and you'd never know. You may need to touch it up with a pencil crayon or a Sharpie, but you'd never know it was fixed. And if you do that kind of repair, you can still show your model as an OF model because it hasn't been changed. It's just been repaired. However, if you sell it, you must tell somebody. But it's an easy fix. Good to go. Any other questions before I sign off? And this video will be available. I will have it posted up. I really enjoyed doing this. As I said, it was my first time, and I wasn't exactly sure how to run it. And the fact that my computer crashed on this the first time was a little weird. But yeah, I think we got it all working. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining me. And please, when you watch my videos, please like them and leave comments. It really means a lot to me, and it helps my videos get out there. So, yeah, I'd like to grow this channel and do more of this for you. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been great. Bye. See you later.